Good evening and welcome back. After our first game, Jones County came out with the victory. We got the coach and two of his players with him. Coach, you might introduce yourself.
Coach Buck Harris. With me is Jalen Sanford, sophomore, and Dathan Harris, sophomore.
All right. Hey, so you guys went out and played a pretty good game. I know it's still early in the season. How you feel so far about how you played, Coach?
Well, I thought we did some good stuff. Playing hard is one of the things that we focus on each and every day. And I think when you play hard, that's going to overcome some mistakes. We made some shots, which always helps us. We got our hands on a lot of balls, and we were able to turn them over some. But it's still early, and we kind of look at these first 3 or 4 games as exhibitions because we didn't have that spring and summer.
Right.
So I'm trying to learn these guys as well as they're trying to learn me. So, but I'm happy that they came out and played well, considering the fact that we lost a tough one last week in overtime on the road. So kudos to these young men.
Yeah. And I realize you said you got 2 sophomores with you. What's the kind of the makeup of your squad, Coach?
Well, we're young. I start 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 1 senior. And obviously, we don't have any height right now. I got a 6'6" that's in the doghouse, but he's working his way back out. We kind of like Golden State, with their small ball, but we're a smaller ball.
Right.
So we want to share the ball and shoot some threes and beat people off the dribble and that sort of thing. So they're working hard at it. We got to clear up some stuff as far as sharing that basketball and getting it to the right people and stuff like that. But that'll come with time.
Yeah, the way you guys move the ball is pretty to watch. It's a good thing to watch. There's no selfishness. Everybody's attacking, playing hard. So keep pushing that effort, Coach. So as far as Jalen, I'm gonna throw it to you. Being a sophomore, I know you played varsity last year. Now you stepped into a role a little bit more as a leader. How does that feel?
It feels good. It's just I have more of a responsibility now, especially when I'm running the point, make sure everybody's in the right position, and it's better because I can show how much of a leader I can really be.
Good. Young man, you played varsity last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then with this year as well, as you stepping into a role as a leader, what have you brought to the team?
I'm bringing a lot of energy to my play, making sure everybody knows what they're doing, working them in practice, working them in the game, keeping their heads up, facilitating the court, making sure everybody's involved in the game.
Right. So let me ask you this: as far as this playing in this invitational, how big do you think this is for the area? As far as we don't have to go up to Atlanta to necessarily play, and we're bringing it down here.
I'll go first. A few years ago when I was at Laney, that's what I did. I took my guys up the road to play in Atlanta. This thing right here is one of the top events, I think, in the state. And I think in another year or so, it will be the top event in the state because we are producing basketball players in Middle Georgia. I'm so thankful that we got a chance to play in the first one, and I hope we get to play in the next one because this is huge for the area. In spite of the pandemic, you think about once we get past that stuff, how crowded this gym is going to be because people love basketball here in Middle Georgia.
Yes,
so when you bring in good teams, people want to see good basketball.
Right.
So we just hopefully we'll be good enough to get an invite next year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think we're good to go there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, one question from the Love of the Game podcast. We saw you were able to like extend your defense and really pressure those guys to turn the ball over. Is that something that you guys saw on film that you were prepared to do, or is that just part of your style of play?
Well, we got to incorporate that in our game. I hadn't watched no film on anybody outside of our region yet because I'm more concerned with my team. But with our size and our athleticism and the way we want to play, because I want to try to play 9 or 10 guys. So I want to fully extend and make people play fast. We understand we're going to give up some stuff, but I think over the amount of time, during the course of the game, I think it's going to fall into our favor. But we definitely want to get out and put some pressure on the ball and fully extend our defense.
Absolutely. Being a smaller team, Coach, it's not all the time that you see smaller guards able to finish at the rim so well. You guys were able to do it a lot today. Is that kind of in the DNA of who these kids are? Is that something that you guys work on a lot in practice?
We skill development every day. So one of the things that I think as a basketball team and as a coach, to get these kids ready to play at the next level, you have skill development. And that's one of the things we work on as far as attacking the basket and shooting off the dribble, getting up tons of shots as well. These kids got a long way to go, but they work at it every day.
Jalen, you had a play there that got a lot of eyes with the dunk down the sideline there. Do you feel any kind of pressure of what it means to be a player from Middle Georgia and kind of putting Middle Georgia on the map like some of the guys that came before you?
Like, I just feel like I can bring that attention to Middle Georgia as players like Scoop and other players bring that to Atlanta. And I just think I can really put Middle Georgia on the map.
Appreciate you guys, Coach. Great game.
Thank you, man. Thank you.